Hi everybody, I'm going to just do a really quick, just pop into a really quick video with you all on boundaries. So boundaries is something that's hugely important at the moment with the current environment that we're in, and especially with being at home a lot and being together with the people that we love 24/7. Boundaries is something that really is a good one, I suppose, to look at. So what are boundaries? Well, boundaries are what keeps us safe in our relationships and within ourselves, and a boundary is a definition of something that cannot be crossed, whereby we're expecting that this is an area that we would appreciate that people would honor within ourselves. And the way I suppose the boundaries can be explained is and talked about is boundaries is how we teach other people to treat us. So there is very healthy boundaries, and then that we have what we would call unhealthy boundaries. So those staying silent when we should be speaking up about how we feel, or when you let specific behavior go and you don't say how you felt about it, or when you keep showing up allowing somebody to continue with the piece of behavior, that's teaching people how to treat you. And although the behavior of the person isn't acceptable and may not be right, unfortunately we still have to honor that piece in ourselves, whereby we're able to talk about it and we're able to share with somebody, listen, this isn't working for me, I'm not happy with this. But a lot of the time where we go wrong is we automatically will expect other people to understand what we want. We will assume they know. We will go from the place of, well, I thought you just knew, or why don't they just get this, or surely they know. And people don't know. They actually don't know. So we sometimes have to be able to communicate. And what happens is when people aren't respecting our boundaries, we go into a place of our relationships not being protected. We start pulling back, we start pulling away from people, and we start avoiding them. And that really doesn't need to happen. I mean, what I've learned is we all trigger people and we all have triggers. And the best way to do, I suppose, things is to just find out the easiest method around how to keep ourselves feeling safe and how to keep our relationships safe. And guess what? There is a way to do that. When we learn healthy communication style, what happens is then we are not putting people on the defense. So communicating boundaries, one way of doing so that's really nice is when we start saying things like, you did this to me, why are you doing that? Or you need to change. That's always going to get people on the defense. So one way of doing things really nicely is to start you saying, I feel. So when you say, I feel, I've noticed lately when you do X, I feel, and then name the emotion, whether it's belittled or whether it's, I just feel like clammed up. I feel I can't speak to you. I feel whatever it is that's going on, actually say, I feel. Now, talking about things like that will open up the floor for some emotion, and that is completely and utterly normal. But it will also allow a shift and a change to take place, because what's happening is you're not blaming somebody, so you're not opening the floor for an argument, and you're not telling somebody what they should do, you're not telling them they should change or anything like that, but you're owning the emotion yourself, and you can proceed by even saying things to the effect of, I know I cannot go on like that, and this is why I'm bringing this up. But it means you're not suppressing your emotion. By not suppressing, you're processing out the emotion, and you're not creating defenses or arguments with the person, and people appreciate being spoken to in a positive way. So one healthy way of articulating boundaries, once again, is to start off by I feel. Name the emotion and be specific. Name the scenario, the situation that's taken place in, and then by saying I feel, as I said, it will open the floor for some emotion, and there will be some conversation around it, but it also will allow the tone to be set for future events of that person knows, at least they've been told. Whether they choose to continue or not, that's the next step, but at least you've given them the opportunity to understand that doesn't work for you, and you've actually said that, and it can allow a wonderful place of relationships to deepen and grow.